This was my first time in Spain and in Europe. It's truly been a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
This is the first time I come to Spain in a way that's more in touch with the people.
My knowledge of Spain was pretty much shaped by the culture influence that Spain has over the region where I grew up, that is Baja California and California.
This program seeks to look at the entirety of the country and to look at the multi-dimensionality of the country.
I was curious to learn about Spain and curious to learn more about Spain and its role in Europe and the world, especially at this unique moment geopolitically in a multipolar world, understanding how Europe fits in and how Spain, as such a strong European country, fits into that context.
The folks that we've met with are thinking strategically about how to create a more sustainable future and a more sustainable world in which to live.
There were a few meetings where I was like, wow, that is an incredible opportunity to hear a whole country.
So for me, the visit to the embassy was very exciting because I have known Julissa since I was a law student, Ambassador Julissa Reynoso. So it was really special to see her in that capacity as an ambassador.
The meeting we had with the folks from the immigration ministry that was in Madrid, I think a couple of days ago, that was really the highlight for a couple of reasons. They were dealing with very challenging, difficult issues that every country in the world is struggling to cope with. But what really pleased me about that meeting is how open they were to us asking them any question that we wanted to and them answering any question in a very honest way.
I would say my top two meetings were the meeting at the Ministerio de Asuntos Exteriores, just to see and to hear about the priorities of Spain for the future and how Spain engages with the world.
At Kano Institute, you know, it really set the tone of like, we're gonna learn here. Like, we're gonna find out things, we're gonna ask hard questions, we're going to engage in dialogue, and I really appreciated that, and I think that that was repeated afterward.
He was extremely knowledgeable, and I think I took like 5 pages of notes, so I really enjoyed that visit.
I also really enjoyed meeting with the fellows who are part of the Ministry of Defense to see what's important for Spain, how they see themselves in relation to the NATO partnership. So it was great to see that Spain, which is such a strong ally, it's such a strong partner, has the same vision for NATO for its present and its future.
It's been great to learn about the digital and entrepreneurial economy here in Spain. We went to Barcelona Activa and learned about this business incubator that launches many tech companies and startups and has a lot of success stories here in Spain, and that's something that I never knew.
The other meeting that I really liked, just because it was very provocative in thought, I would say, was our meeting with cooperation and development officials.
It was a real treat to be at CaixaBank, talking about it as a bank during a moment of global banking turmoil. Quite frankly, the most turbulent time for the global banking industry in 10, 15 years.
And who knew that one of the most powerful supercomputers in Europe is right here in Spain? It was incredible to be able to visit the supercomputing center here in Barcelona.
I learned something in almost every conversation, and it was particularly the meetings where we had the opportunity to really go back and forth with Spanish professionals on certain topics that I found really refreshing, because it is not often I get to sit across the table from a variety from people of Spain. They represent one point of view, I represent the other, and we can figure out where we agree and where we don't.
So just hearing about the issues that I would not have gone out to find out about on my own, health, communications and other things that are not necessarily within my sphere, was very significant, because now I'm coming back with a more rich learning and understanding of these different areas and how they impact Spain, the Spain-US relationship.
There's no other program that takes leaders and immerses them in the Spanish culture and lets us hear firsthand from leaders, from our peers, and from elected officials, where we can be in a room and ask questions and engage, and to me that's something very unique.
One of the great things about this program is you go to these incredible meetings with decision makers, and in between meetings you jump on the van and the discussion continues in the van. And some of my fellow young leaders were providing their perspective and context, and I was getting this history lesson, and we were having this simultaneous conversation about culture. And you know, it was probably a 20-minute conversation in between stops, but it was one of the most memorable parts of the trip.
Oh, the cohort is amazing. I think that was one of the great components as well, and like the diverse backgrounds everybody comes from. We not only get to learn from the presenters, we also get to learn from our peers, and I look forward to staying in touch with all of them.
I would just like to appreciate and thank everybody, the U.S. Spain Council, the Fundación, for this entire experience. I really hope that the folks who have sponsored this continue to do so and bring more young leaders to Spain to build bridges, diffuse our cultures together so that we can really learn and create a better future together.